Good morning, all of you. Today we'll be learning about trading procedure on a stock exchange. Students, we have already learned what is stock exchange and its functions. We have learned that stock exchange it is the other name of secondary market. And secondary market is a is a type of financial market which deals in existing securities, wherein we see that existing securities they are bought or they are sold. But there is always a procedure for dealing in existing securities. What is that procedure that we are going to learn today? So, for this, we have to understand the system through which this trading takes place in a stock exchange. And if you can see on the screen, earlier there was open outcry system in the stock exchanges, which was also called the auction system. So, at the floor of the stock exchanges, there was open auction or bidding done of the securities, and the one who could give the highest price, or you may say bid the highest price, the securities they were, you may say, settled with that party, or the trading was done with that party. But for that there was always need for stockbrokers who were considered as the members of the stock exchanges through whom this entire bidding took place. And this system, which was existing earlier in the stock market, it had lot of imperfections because the entire ownership, management, and control of the stock exchanges were in the hands of those members of the stock exchanges who were the stockbrokers. As a result, it was seen that there was conflict of interest between the broker and the client. Many times in the stock exchanges it was observed, and this led to demutualization. This is a term, and demutualization separated the ownership and control of stock exchanges from the trading rights of the stockbrokers. And to a great extent, you may say the manipulation or the rigging of the prices or the forgery which was taking place in stock exchanges, that was curbed by bringing the new system, and that is what is called the online electronic screen based system, which is existing in stock exchanges nowadays. Now, for this online screen based system, there is a uniform system which is a centralized system. You may also say that it provides single trading platform to all the you may say participants who want to trade in stock exchanges by having centralized control, and that control lies in the hands of stock exchanges, which is having the main computer system, and from that main computer system is attached so many computer terminals which are located at the broker's office. So now the trading nowadays that has shifted from the floor of the stock exchange to the office of the stockbrokers. But things have changed. There has been lot of improvement in the operations of the stock market nowadays. As a result, we see that there is less time, effort, risk involved in trading, and also safety of transactions takes place in the stock exchanges through this online electronic trading system. We'll be learning about the advantages of this trading system before we study about the procedure. Let us see what is the advantage. The first advantage is it ensures transparency. Why it ensures transparency? Because all the prices that is, you may say, listed in the stock market, that is visible to all the participants on the computers during the business hours. At the time the stock market is open, we see that all the information that is shared by the main computer to the subcomputers which is attached to the main computers, and there is transparency in providing information about the prices, the price rise and fall, everything that is visible to the participants clearly. As a result, it becomes easy to visualize the operations which is taking place through online trading. So, first point. Second, it increases efficiency. Why it increases efficiency? Because as there is transparency, we see that the prices which are listed, which is going up and down, all the information related to the prices, that is quickly passed in a transparent manner. And if there is rise and fall in the prices also, that can be understood, and that helps in fixing the prices so that there is no manipulation, and in this way it is always helpful to the investors. Third, it increases efficiency of operation, because all the transactions or trade which is taking place at the stock market, that is efficiently dealt, that is carried out effectively with, you may say, reduced time, cost and risk. As a result, we see that the effort and the accuracy aspect that is improved, that has improved over time in the dealings of the stock exchange. Fourth point, it provides global access to investors, because there is a single trading platform through which the online trading of existing securities through stock exchange is done, and it is giving, you may say, equal access to each and every investor, whether the investor is from India or from outside India. People, those who are outside, they can also trade their securities if they are interested in online trading, because they only have to have the computer connectivity to the stock exchanges through which they can be a part of this trade. As a result, we see that nowadays we are having so many participants in the stock exchanges, and if there are so many participants, that has also improved the liquidity of the stock exchanges. The liquidity has increased over time. And finally, there is single trading platform. There is a centralized system through which we see that the stock exchange operates. The entire information that is controlled by the main computer, through which the information is passed to the sub computers attached to the main computers and located at the different brokers' offices. And in this way, we see that simultaneously, we see that all the trading terminals, they are getting information for trading purposes, which is very useful and helpful. So in this way, we see that online trading, that has really benefited in the smooth operation and efficiency, and that has helped the investors and also their trust has increased because they feel that the system is more transparent, less risky, and their investment is secured. So, what we see is that this online trading system that has led to so many advantages. Now, whenever these securities they are traded in the stock market, earlier the shares which were being purchased or sold, there was a record of holding or transferring of shares, and that record was in the form of share certificates. So earlier, when there was no online system, there was physical form through which the securities they were being held. So it was in the form of share certificate which was provided to the shareholder, and that was a proof that a particular investor is holding so much shares of this company at this price. Nowadays we are not having this share certificate, because if there is share certificate also existing with anyone, he can get it, you may say, changed into electronic system by opening a demat account, and this share certificate can be converted into electronic book entry form, and debit and credit of the shares can take place electronically through dematerialization. And this dematerialization, or it is also called demat account, it is electronic book entry form, you can say, of holding and transferring of securities. Earlier this was not there because there was no online trading of securities. Nowadays we are having electronic system, as a result of which we see that also the securities they are held or they are transferred electronically by having an account which is called the demat account. And this is what is, this term is known as dematerialization of securities. So sometimes one mark question is asked, in what form is the securities held in stock market? So it is in electronic book entry form nowadays, which is called the demat form. And we see that the settlement of the trade earlier, when we compare it with today's way, we see that that has also changed over time. Earlier there was no fixed time for settlement of trade. So the cycle sometimes it certainly took a very long period of time, and one trade it took unlimited period of time. As a result, the trust in the stock exchanges also decreased of the investors. Seeing this, since 2003, nowadays there has been T+2 rolling settlement which has come into practice. T+2 rolling settlement means all the trade has to be settled within 2 days after trade date. T+2, T is trade date plus 2 days after trade date. So the securities which are listed and executed for trading purposes, that has to be settled within 2 days after trade date. That is the maximum time limit. Since 2003 this T+2 rolling settlement came into practice. Before this, rolling settlement came into practice in the year 2000, wherein we see that the trade had to be settled within a week or within fortnight. Before 2000 there was no fixed period. As a result, there was much pending work of the settlement of trades in the stock exchanges, and that was really a, you may say, worrying factor, because the trust of the investors shook and it affected the trading practices which were taking place at the stock exchange. Now, because the system has changed, we see that the participants have also increased in the online trading. Now, we'll be learning about the steps in trading and settlement procedure. The first step is opening trading account and demat account. For this, the investor has to open trading account and demat account. For this, the investor has to look out a registered stockbroker who is registered with the stock exchange as the member of the stock exchange, and the investor broker agreement is signed. After which, the investor also has to sign the client registration form, which is provided. This client registration form contains the sign of the investor, and it contains some details which the investors have to provide for opening of trading account. And trading account is the account which helps the investors to trade. That means to buy and sell its securities, they have to open this account. That is why it is necessary. So first is the PAN number, which has to be provided. After providing the PAN number, which is considered as mandatory information, without PAN number this procedure cannot be started. So investor has to give the PAN number, which is mandatory, very very important. Date of birth and address, educational qualification and occupation, residential status, whether the investor Indian or NRI, bank details, then depository account details, client code number, which is provided in the registration form, and name of any other broker with whom the investor is registered, if in case he is registered. After which, the broker opens the trading account for online buying and selling of securities. Investor also has to open the demat account. We have learned what is demat account. Demat account helps the investor to hold or transfer its securities in demat form. Demat form means online book entry form, electronic book entry form. And this has to be opened with the depository participant. And thirdly, the bank account also has to be opened for dealing in cash. So these three are the preliminary, you may say, accounts which has to be provided for online trading. After these accounts have been opened, the second step is that of placing an order. Investor with broker, because brokers, they are the registered members of the stock exchanges. Once the agreement has been done with the broker gives instruction as given by the investor about the number of shares and the prices at which the shares have to be bought or sold in the stock exchanges. And after which, the detailed information about these securities that is fed in the computers, which is further processed. And as soon as we see that this information is transmitted, an order confirmation slip is issued by the broker to the investor. This order confirmation slip is provided by the stock exchange to the broker, and broker forwards this confirmation that particular order has been given for processing. Then third step is execution of order. Once the orders are placed, for example, 100 shares an investor wants to sell at the rate of 10 per share, then that order will be fed in by the broker online, and the computer tries to match the order once the information is transmitted to see that that order is matched or the best price which can be fetched of that particular transaction. So broker connects with the exchange, feeds the order and tries to match the order, and when the orders are matched, the electronic communication is provided through electronically. The brokers are informed that the order has been matched, and if further the broker gives the consent on behalf of the investors, the orders are executed electronically. And as the orders are executed electronically, it is called trade execution. A trade confirmation slip is issued by the broker to the investor. Stock exchanges issues the trade confirmation slip that a particular trade that has been executed, and it contains the details about that trade is also provided, which contains the number of shares, the prices at which the execution has taken place. So within 24 hours of the trade execution, a contract note, which is called a legally enforceable document, very important, which also contains the unique order code number, which is assigned by the stock exchanges, printed in contract note, is provided by the broker to the investor. So after the order is being executed, a contract note that is provided by the stock exchange to the broker, which contains the details about the order which has been confirmed, so that in case of any, you may say, conflict between the broker and the investor, that can be kept as the proof. Final stage is that of settlement of order. We have seen that now it is from April 2003, there has been the system of T+2 rolling settlement. So T+2 means after the trade takes place, within 2 days after the trade date, the settlement of trade should take place. So what happens before T+2 date? That means as soon as the contract note that is issued by the stock exchange to the investor on receiving the contract note, first of all has to deliver shares if it has to be sold, or pay cash for shares if it has to be bought, to exchange, to the stock exchange through the broker. Immediately it has to be done. And that is why all the previous accounts have to be, if it has to be paid in cash, then bank account is useful. If it has to be sold, then demat account is required for this, if the shares have to be sold, and that has to be immediately after receiving the contract note. The investor should not wait, but before T+2 date, and that is what is called the pay in date. Pay in day is before T+2 day. It has to pass on from the investor to the exchange through the broker. So on T+2 day, that is the payout day, trade plus second day, we see that the exchange will deliver the shares or make payment to the other broker. After receiving the payment or receiving the shares, it will deal with the other party, and the other party or the other broker to whom the exchange delivers the shares or make payments will have to settle the trade or make payment to the investors within 24 hours of payout day. And the broker can deliver the shares electronically after receiving it from the exchange to the investor's demat account so that the final settlement may take place easily. For this, the investor should provide the details about the demat account and also instruct the depository participant to accept the securities being transferred to its account. So in this way we see that the settlement trade takes place easily and quickly if it is to be done online on T+2 rolling settlement. With this we have completed this part, and after this we will be learning about depositories in our next class. Till then, thank you.